Hello, Nina and Sathya. Are you there?
Yes, hi.
Hi, thank you. I appreciate you all calling in. My name is Charlie, and we work with a lot of interns and through our automation and virtualization. And the bottom line is it opens up a lot of doors for the interns that we help, and it also helps the small businesses that we're helping as well. We just had one of the people that worked with us, which we're very proud of. One of the latest got a $80,000 job working for Alcoa in Manhattan, New York. And another gentleman just got a job with a financial institution because they were able to explain to them that they had experience in reaching government agencies. That's one of our biggest things that we do here. We have been visited, by government officials. We worked with the governor of Florida for a while, doing business with organizations such as Navy Sea System Command, Spa Wars, Raytheon, Hewlett-Packard Digital Equipment, IBM. And our congressman, the late Bill Young, sat on the Appropriations Committee for the Department of Defense, and he opened up all these doors for us for our e-learning products. What we did is we took this, and the chamber asked us if we would help students get some hands-on experience and make them more marketable, either for themselves, because we're in the IT industry, or so they can look unique and superior to other resumes. And we took on that challenge, and we've had some really great success with that. So with that being said, I'm going to give you a speech that kind of really explains the program, and then we can go from there. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, great. Some of the things that we do, we connect students with small businesses that are wanting to do more business with the government. And we took on this project because a lot of students that are going to school, they don't understand the basic concept of how the economy here works. We just had a whole, it was about 6 of them, just left, 6 French interns that were studying abroad. And they put them with us. We've been dealing with study abroad students for over 2 years now. And the phenomenal thing about that is understanding how, in the United States, how the government works. The government here in the United States, like other governments throughout the world, are the largest buyer of goods and services of that country. Now, our government here, whether it's all the different counties, the different city agencies, the state agencies, the federal agencies, from the Office for Aging to the railroad station, hospitals, colleges, schools, you name it, they all have a need for certain goods and services. So whether, it's, somebody, they have a need for somebody in computer science, or if they need somebody that's studying, they're getting their Bachelor of Arts, that are going into different fields, you're in that position where you want to, put the feelers out. How does the government in the United States do business with other businesses, with small businesses that might end up selling nuts and bolts to organizations that sell $100,000 servers? Well, how do all these agencies I just mentioned, how do they do business? Because a lot of organizations, even the big companies like Raytheon and Hewlett-Packard, they do big business with government. They just won a $400 million contract, Lockheed Martin did, out of Owego, New York. Are either one of you familiar with who Lockheed Martin is?
I'm not, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Have you heard of IBM and Microsoft?
Yeah.
They're on the same caliber as them.
Okay.
And they're building the president's helicopters. What's unique about them is, just like Microsoft and IBM, who we do business with as well, if they don't know you exist, you know they are not going to do any business with you, because they have a lot of needs. And what they do is they support local suppliers of goods and services, these big companies. So we got one of the small woman-owned businesses listed with Lockheed Martin, and the prime contractor, there was 4 or 5 of them, won $400 million contract. And what they did as a prime contractor, they went to the vendor list with Lockheed Martin and saw what other organizations were on there, because they needed to sub some of the work out. And so where they start is with the people who are already on that list. Does that make sense so far?
Yes. Yeah.
So you're learning about big prime contracting contracts, government contracts, and they all like to do business with subcontracts, and that's the small business owner. But they need to know that they exist, and the best way for them to know that they exist is for that small business owner to get on these vendor lists, like for IBM and Microsoft, and because they do a lot of business with small businesses. Are you catching my drift so far?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what we do is, it doesn't matter, having that knowledge by us giving you hands-on experience through virtualization and automation to learn these processes to where duplication is the mother of success. So we make sure, because we work with our local universities here, they love our program. They let the students get the hands-on experience they wouldn't get in the classroom by understanding the vendor list process. And we assign a small business to a student, and the student gets to help that small business, and we've had tremendous success. In so much, a lot of the students get to get employment through the small business that we help because they're in your local area. And here's the best part. As you're getting out there and you're getting that small business in front of their target market by learning the vendor list process and doing the data entry and sending over capability statements, it's opening up a door because we allow you to build your database of potential employers for the future so you can market your resume to them when you're ready to start the working field in your industry. And this is what's really been very successful for our students, and the schools love it because as the schools get the graduates going, they like to see them get jobs right away. That's why we're always going to the job fairs, and we can't keep up with all this. So what does this mean for you as interns? As interns, what we do is we get a lot of students that need an internship for their school in order to graduate. And then we get a lot of interns that do this on their own for the knowledge. We even have people doing their theses on this, how small businesses do more business with the government. So there's a lot of things happening in this, so much that we love the surprises when they happen. And when Dolores applied, she got one of the small businesses listed with Alcoa. So when she sent her resume to them, it opened up the door, and she was shocked that they asked her to come to New York. Would she be interested in coming to New York for an interview? And she got the job. And moved to the Bronx and takes the subway in and out. So she enjoyed that because her sister moved up there along with her. So that was a phenomenal concept because they were from Ireland. So they have this big picturette of living in New York, and that's what they're doing. So we want to make sure that we open up the doors, not that you're just doing some aimless internship. And here's the reason why I say aimless. My daughter helped us a lot with the program. She's a marketing and communications specialist. She graduated from the University of Central Florida. Now, in her sorority over there, they do a lot of internships. And a lot of students do internships that have nothing to do with the job field that they're going in. Are you guys finding that to be true as well?
Yeah, I'm definitely finding that to be true.
And so we worked with the University of Central Florida to create the automation because a lot of the students from Orlando couldn't make it over here to Clearwater. And that's how you guys are. We're literally doing this through automation and opening doors. And I'm going to tell you kids right now, you want to start building your network. You want to start it because your future is going to be who you meet along the way of life. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Sure, you're going to roll the dice and put applications out here and there, but I got to tell you something. It is who you know. Now, the simple fact that we worked hand in hand with our congressman who sat on the appropriations for the Department of Defense, the simple fact that we worked with our governor and through our program called Enterprise Florida and went on trade missions with him and meeting all these people with these big military contracts like Lockheed Martin, Northrop, IBM, and the simple fact that we got to meet the previous vice president of the United States because they saw what we're doing to help small businesses and students. And we got to meet and do a training seminar with one of the co-founders of Apple as well. So you want to engage yourself with an organization that can really help you with your future, connecting the dots. And you do it by start slowly building your contacts, and that's what we start you out doing by doing this process. And then you'll have the knowledge to add tremendous value. For example, and I'll end with this. Chris, who just left us, he was doing his Bachelor of Arts, and he didn't know what he was doing with his future. And so he applied for his school was over, and he stood there with his hands open. I don't know what to do. And he just applied for a few jobs. But on his resume, he put on there that he helped organize a program where small businesses are able to do more business with the government through vendor listings. That one statement opened the door where they asked, well, can you tell us a little bit more about what you know about this? Well, yeah, we were taught on how to go into each county and do the data entry, and then how to reach out to each department and send the capability statement of a business to each department, because somebody in one of those departments is in charge of bringing in what they offer. And hold on one second, would you, girls? That's my daughter calling. Okay.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I just want to make sure everything's okay. So this is what's great. Hi, sweetheart. I'm on the phone with a couple interns.
With what?
I'm on the phone with a couple interns, potential interns.
Say hi.
Oh, well, it's funny because I was just talking to them about you. All right, I'll check with you later. Okay.
Call me later.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay.
So I'm one of those fathers that when the daughter calls, I take the call. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Well, because, life is a journey that you want to explore and have fun with along the way. Too many people get too serious. You want to enjoy what you do. And if you can help other people along the way, I got to tell you something. I can't explain it to you, but, I went to theology school, but, I have friends in different religions. I can't explain it, but the more you give in life, the more you get. It's just a better feeling. You know how you feel when you give to somebody that's in need or needs your help, and it makes you feel good, and it makes them feel good, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're making sure that we're helping students. And in turn, it's kind of like paying it forward. You're helping some small business that their livelihood depends on, getting a potential sale from a government agency. That's how they make a living. So you're learning the process that can catapult your future by having this knowledge, and you're also helping somebody in the long run as well. So it becomes a win-win situation. That's why we love doing this. You won't talk to anybody at our location that doesn't love what we're doing, because we've seen it work. We've seen the students get jobs. We've seen the small businesses get more orders with what they do, and it's just a wonderful experience to have this type of internship going on. Now, we allow you to intern virtually, and but we want you to commit up to 180 hours. But some of the things that we do, too, is we open you up to the door. Once you learn this process, sometimes you won't even hear from your team leader. That makes sure that you're not somebody that has to be monitored all the time, because a lot of places who employ people don't want to babysit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They want to make sure that you can do a job. So when they're hearing from us that, hey, you don't have to, we educated you, we taught you how to do a project, and you did it, and you fulfilled it, and the time given, and we get plenty of time, and it's not hard work, but it looks good on your resume. Now, the other thing is once your internship is over, you have the opportunity to work with us, to train other interns, new interns, to do exactly what you did. So now you're learning the leadership skill set where you can create some of those managerial skills. And it's not difficult, but it's just the simple fact that, some people have a hard time talking to other people. But, and those people, boy, they're up all hours of the night on the computer, but they just don't like to talk to people or manage people. You realize that, right?
Right.
Some people are like that. So we do have another section of this where you have the opportunity to work with others virtually to make sure they're getting what they're getting done is being done. If they have any questions, you'll have the experience that you went through it before, and that builds those leadership quality and managerial positions. And a lot of people look for that because they look for leaders rather than followers. And we kind of edge a little bit of that in there so it can show some type of leadership skill set for you as well. And that's available in our program if you ask for it. Other than that, you'll go through our normal, regular process of learning how to do more business with the government and learning how that process works. And we have you do it in repetition because repetition is the mother of success. It's like it takes 21 days to form a habit. It takes 180 hours to literally form that habit as well, where you'll never forget it and you'll be able to train others to do it. And we had another student get hired because they knew how to do it and they knew how to hire other interns to do the same thing that they did. And here's people that have been there for 2 years. He told me they were there for 2 years, and he got a higher pay rate, and he was their boss. Teaching them how to do what he learned through his internship program. So we love what we do. And we want to make sure that you understand that we work with your hours, we work around your schooling, and we do it to make sure that you're headed towards success and start building your network of clientele that one day you might be able to work for, or at least learn how this process works, where you're kind of head and shoulders over somebody else in that industry. And if you ever go in business for yourself, you're going to need to know this information. And if you know anybody that is going in business, this is valid information that has taken us hundreds of thousands of dollars and several years to acquire this knowledge to make sure that it's fine-tuned to where people can really capitalize on what we teach them. Now, if you're interested in the internship program, I'm going to put you on hold and you'll be talking to the intern coordinator. He'll find out when you can start. He'll send you over your training process to learn how to do some of the work that we do, which is the vendor list process. That's what you're going to learn coming right out of the gate. You'll be assigned somebody that you'll be helping, and in return, you may not believe this or not, they'll be helping you in the long run. Any questions at this time?
That sounds amazing.
We love what we do. Can you tell?
Yeah, that's amazing. I love it.
I just love the fact that we help people. This is what we're on this planet is for. And if people I don't know what's happening out there. People are getting away from that. They just are. Usually you won't get me. And by the way, you're talking to the CEO of Global ITU.
Oh my gosh! Hi.
Hi, how you girls doing? Once in a while I'll take these calls because I love what we do and I get excited. And my daughter was just here from visiting, and she got to speak to a bunch of the students here and letting them know my dad is about helping people. And it was really great. I love it. So we want to make sure that we get you started and get you going. These guys here are here to help you move your career forward. Your parents can only do so much. You're going to get into the real world. Everything that you're learning is everything that I went through and taught through my daughter. My daughter helped fine-tune this, and then we had other people. We had interns come from as far as France, studying abroad for 2 years, constantly we filled up our admin building with interns, and I was nominated as Citizen of the Year in 2015 with the Chamber of Commerce here in Clearwater, Florida, along with the lieutenant of the police department. He won it, but they nominated me because of the wonderful work we're doing with students. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. This is the most amazing opportunity. Thank you so much.
You kidding me? We are glad to be able to help you students. I do it because of my passion. I just love being able to help. So you girls hold on, and I'll see about getting you started. How's that sound?
Sounds great. Thank you.
And when things get daunting, and sometimes they will, just don't let it bother you. You have a job to do, finish it, and start building your people that you're going to be networking with. And that also includes our organization as well, because we like to help wherever we can, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.